Hi, my name is Bill and I'm a radio control enthusiast, hobbyist and reviewer, and I share videos, reviews, advice, modifications and tips. Hi, thank you for joining me for this review and share of this SJRC F11 4K Pro foldable GPS drone with 5G Wi-Fi FPV and a 4K HD camera on a 2-axis gimbal. Comes in this box. If I open it, also comes in a case, and a nice looking case too. A good quality handle, double zipper. I open it. This is the contents, and it's got a mesh holder with a zip in the lid here. And we'll take the drone out. This is the SJRC F11 4K Pro. Got this cover on the front here, and here's the 2-axis gimbal. Now the SJRC F11 range has 3 different models. This is just the SJRC F11 that has a 1080p camera, and I was the first person to review this model and share it. And I've been using this one for a long time, still going well, very reliable, good flying time. Then this is the SJRC F11 Pro. So it's got a bigger camera lens than the F11 here. And this has got a 2.7K camera. So 1080p, 2.7K. And basically, yeah, very much the same as the F11, but just with the better camera. And now we get the SJRC F11 4K Pro, which now has the 2-axis gimbal and a 4K camera on. And all these drones take the same battery, and the battery on this lasts 20 to 25 minutes, so it gives a good flying time. So this was released in October 2020, and I haven't flown this model yet, so I didn't do a review of it at the early stages, but through my SJRC group. I got this from one of the members, and now I'm finally going to get to try and fly and test this too. So this comes with 1, 2 or 3 batteries, and I've got 3 batteries, one here and one in here. This is the radio controller. Very nice. This comes down like this. And this has a inbuilt 3.7 volt battery, a 300 mAh. It should last up to about 11 hours depending on usage. And you plug the supplied USB cable into here to charge it, and the other end into a maximum 5 volt output. Turn it on, we just press the button. Got a nice digital display, different colored lighting, which is nice. Turn it off. So you've got the clamp here for a phone for Wi-Fi FPV. I'm not going to go into too much detail. Comes with spare props, which is good, and the cables for charging the battery and charging the battery. Also done with the supplied USB cable to plug into here. The 3 batteries I've got have also been modified with a balance plug, so I can plug in and plug on a hobby grade charger too. So this, using 2.4 gigahertz radio controller connection to the drone itself, should have a range of up to 1500 meters, but it's always good and safer to fly within line of sight. Then the camera broadcasts a 5G Wi-Fi signal, so your phone must be compatible and have 802.11 AC connectivity for your mobile device to be able to connect to the drone's Wi-Fi and the app. And the Wi-Fi range should be up to about 800 meters depending on the environment and your phone's capabilities. I'm going to be using this with an iPhone 8 Plus, but I have also connected it to an Android A71 phone, and it also connects and works fine on Android on a Samsung A71. So the main thing with this compared to the previous models is this 4K camera with the 2-axis gimbal, and this takes photos 4K 3840 by 2160p and videos, but only on the SD card. And if we open the drone up here, wrong way, nice solid arms that lock in on this here. You can also charge the battery with it attached to the drone. And here's the SD card slot for the camera over here. And to take videos in 4K, you should use a minimum class 10 U3 SD card. And this can take an SD card up to 128 gigabytes. These aren't sensors, but it looks as though provision was made for sensors, but there are no additional sensors in here. But it has altitude hold and also GPS. And here's a picture showing you the radio controller's functions. And also here's a picture showing what the screen indicators are. Now, one thing that's not shown is how to go into headless mode on the diagram. And to go into headless mode, you press and hold the video button for 3 seconds. And it should enter headless mode. And to come out of headless mode again, you press and hold the video button for 3 seconds and then release. We've got the manual return to home button on here. But if this goes out of range or loses signal, it should automatically return to home, and if the battery starts getting too low, it should automatically return to home too. And the app for this is called SJF Pro. Open it here. This is what the interface looks like, and it's showing me app version 1.4.5. so this is for iOS. Android will have a different app version number. And to connect to Wi-Fi, I've got to power on the drone first. That's the drone powered on. Then bind with the radio controller, turn the radio controller on. Let me just go into the Wi-Fi settings here and connect to Wi-Fi. If I go Wi-Fi, then here as you can see SJF Pro, some numbers and letters. Tap to connect. Busy connecting. That is it connected now. If I go back to the app, now I can see that I'm connected because it's also showing me the firmware of the drone, which is version 3.8.1_43. So you can choose the model here, but the F11 range stays the F11. It's got an F11S on here, but as far as I'm aware, the F11S hasn't really been readily available, and is supposed to have optical flow as well, which it apparently doesn't have. And then the app's been updated to include the newly released SJRC F11. So we just leave it and select it on F11. Then we've got to tap on controls, and if we go into controls here, you can see we're connected and we've got Wi-Fi FPV. Now you can see the camera gimbal now working. So if I tilt upwards and downwards, the camera stays level, and if I tilt left and right, the camera stays level. This doesn't have the third axis yaw. So in the app itself here, we can see you've got one key takeoff, one key land. This looks like return to home. Here you need to choose whether you want to take videos or photos. And if we press here and go into settings, okay, by default this is in beginner mode. You can turn beginner mode off and then set your flight distance, flight altitude and return altitude settings. We go to track here. Got settings for maximum mileage, maximum altitude, maximum speed. And it'll keep all flight records, date, distance, duration and maximum altitude. And also if you lose the drone, tap on here to find drone, and it should connect to the map and pinpoint where your drone is on the map, provided you've got access to the internet or the map already loaded. And here we got PTZ adjust, and this is to calibrate and do the adjustments for the camera if you have any problem. So you can do PTZ correction, roll fine tuning, pitch fine tuning, and restore factory settings here. Okay, then you'll see when I take it for a flight, and I'll show you a recording of the app. Once it's calibrated and the compass calibration is done, then it should show the options for GPS follow me, also for image follow me, also for hand gesture take a picture or video, Also point of interest or surround flight, where it'll go around a particular object. And waypoint navigation, where you can set a route for it to follow on the map. So we'll see how these features work when I do the flight, and hopefully we may be able to get the gesture control to work, but normally I don't have much success with getting the gesture mode to work, but it's not something I'm particularly bothered about in any case. I'm also going to put the SD card in here now to see which way it goes. Yes, so put the SD card in, it's with the pins on the upside, and that clicks and goes into there. Okay, let's see how the SJRC F11 4K Pro goes. So I'm going to power the drone on first. Okay, so good to power it up on a level surface away from any metal, so there's no magnetic interference for the compass. And power on the radio controller. And a little bit difficult to see in this light, but that's okay. See if we connect it to Wi-Fi. Yes, we connected. Go into the SJF Pro app. Here we are. Got F11 there. Go to controls. Let's see if we've got FPV. And yes, we've got FPV. Okay, so now the important thing is we're going to do compass calibration, and to do that we press both sticks up in the 1 and 11 o'clock position, and it's going to try and do it automatically, as we can see on the app. Let's just have a look. Okay. But to do it manually, pick it up, camera facing forward, and do one full circle. Normally I think it's best now let's go clockwise. Okay, and then that's it, and then it says camera facing down, and do another full circle. And calibration completed. Then it's good to put it down, let it settle down, and now start trying to get the satellites. My SD card looks, should be okay. I'm just going to test taking video. Saying recording, so my SD card be okay. Allow access to all photos. Now it's saying ready to fly. Light should be solid. And now also very importantly, got to do the gyro calibration while it's on a level surface. So both sticks up and outwards. Level calibration, and that looks as though that's doing it successfully. Start motors in and stop again, out, so that's fine. Okay, so let's start up and take off. Start video. Stop video. Holding nice and steady, which is good. Okay, I'm just going to take a photo there. Take a photo here. Take a photo behind me. And another photo there. Place it forward again. I'm going to start video. And take it up. Okay, just going to do a slow pan for video now. Holding nice and steady. There's a 5 mile per hour wind coming from the right. That is holding nicely. FPV image looks nice and stable, which it should be with the gimbal. Alright, so that's a 360 pan. I'm just going to stop the video to save the video. I'm going to start the video again. Let's just take it for a better little venture. Okay, we've just got some people here, and I have got warning signs up, but saying I've got a drone in operation. They don't seem to mind. Take this up higher. I've got the remote controller beeping, but it's not telling me why. Get a better view from up here. I can adjust the camera in the air. Okay. It doesn't seem to be adjusting, unfortunately. Bring it down a bit more. Oh, okay, I know what's wrong. I've still got it in beginner mode. Okay, let's see if I can go into the settings while I'm here. Take it out of beginner mode. Put everything on max. Altitude. Okay, go out of this and back again. Okay. I just want to see if the camera's going to adjust. Oh, yeah, it does zoom with the adjustment there. And the rocker we can use to bring it down and to put it up again. So the left hand rocker is for zoom and the right hand rocker for the camera angle. Try and get a bit of, okay, I need to take it there again. Okay, it's not coming back, so it's out of beginner mode. Let's put the camera angle down a bit more. Yeah. And up a bit more. just go up a bit more and down a bit more. Okay, that looks reasonable. Yeah. Got FPV. I'm going to take it up the field now and see how much range we can get here on FPV. A height of 18 meters, which is fine. I'm going to just take it up a little bit higher. Bring it across here. Difficult to read the screen here. Where's my distance? Okay, I'm going to take it forward. Okay, I think the beeping on the radio controller is saying it's taking video. So there we're at about 50 meters there. Still got Wi-Fi FPV here. Just get it orientated across there. Oh no, there is the distance here. Looks as though about 83, 87 meters, although I think that is further. Still got Wi-Fi FPV. Still got line of sight, which is good. Still see it fine there. Now I know that distance is about 300 meters. Here it's saying 240. Yeah, no, that's line of sight. I'm going to press return to home. And now it's going to rise up to the set altitude. And return to home. The return to home is working okay. But now I seem to have lost FPV. I'll wait for it to just get back closer. And then I'll press the return to home button again just to take it out of return to home. Okay, and that takes it out of return to home. Bring it down a bit more. Just having a bit of difficulty seeing the screen here. And I have got FPV again, which is good. Might have had it all the way, just couldn't see it too clearly on the screen. Got beeping, so it could be low battery warning. Let's just bring it closer and have a look. Okay, not easy to see these white lights. Lights are flashing, so it is low battery warning. So we'll just carry on now and see how much flying time we're going to get. And we've been in the air 21 minutes. One thing I love about these SJRC F11s is the way they perform. They go really nicely. This is in the low speed, but nice and steady. And if I release it, holding nicely, very stable. Nice to have the camera to be adjustable for the zoom and also for the camera angle. Okay, battery's low and now it doesn't want to go out of 30 meter range. So that's good, you know, it keeps it in close by. Just make sure I'm not in beginner mode, I'm not. Okay, so if it was beyond 30 meters, it should still be okay. You don't have to be within 30 meters when the battery's low. It'll return to home sooner and earlier the further you are away, to give it enough time to be able to return and land. Just waiting for it to take action now when the battery gets too low. Not getting any critical warnings. Okay, that's low battery, so instead of return to home, because it's within 30 meters, it will just land. And a flight time of nearly 25 minutes. So please subscribe, like, comment and share if you like my videos.